Hi, I'm Rich Bucheri from Poynter and Bucheri, and today I want to talk about uninsured motorist policy provisions, why they're important, and how low policy limits can affect your settlement. So, the minimum insurance coverage that somebody has to have in Indiana is $25,000. And if you can imagine that somebody that gets into a car accident and goes to the hospital and then has to follow up with some type of physical therapy or maybe even surgery and misses a few weeks off of work, then when we're talking about the amount of damages that's going to be related to that case, it's going to be well in excess of $25,000. And unfortunately, if the person only has $25,000, then that may be the only money that's available to compensate that person from the third party. And some people will tell me, well, why is it that they are able to get away with the fact that they only have $25,000? And unfortunately, that's all that's required by the laws here in the state of Indiana. Now, you can try to get a bigger judgment against that person and go after them personally for the excess amount that you get in a verdict, for instance. So let's say if you got a jury verdict in your favor for $50,000, then you could go after the person that actually hits you for the excess amount of verdict over their insurance policy limits. But the insurance company is only going to pay you their policy limits of $25,000. And unfortunately, it costs money to go to court. You have to pay for doctors, you have to pay for depositions. So you're basically spending money on the hope that you're going to be able to collect that $25,000 from that individual. And the fact of the matter is, if they have minimum insurance policy limits, then they probably don't have a lot of assets to be able to go after. And maybe you're going to be able to drag them into court and garnish their wages for a period of time, but then at some point in time, they'll probably change jobs, and then you'll have to go back to court and get it again. And you're getting a very piecemeal amount of money over a period of time. And that's assuming that they don't even file bankruptcy, which they may be able to do if the judgment against them is large enough that it's worth it for them to do that. So when you're taking into consideration the low policy limits that a person has, that's why it's so important to make sure that you have uninsured or underinsured motorists, so that if that person doesn't have sufficient policy limits to cover any type of substantial injury, that your insurance can kick in above and beyond what they have to make sure that you are fully compensated the way you should be for the injuries that you sustain. So talk to your insurance agent about making sure that uninsured motorist coverage is something that you have on your policy. If you have any other questions, please give us a call at Poynter and Bucheri. Thank you.